Welcome back to Oblivious Maximus for another episode. I'm Aaron, one of two people who's in the room today.
I'm Ben, the other person who is second of the two. I forget. How's your week gone so far, mate? It's Monday.
It's Monday.
Fresh off the back of a big weekend.
Yep. This was the first weekend in multiple weekends that I haven't played a show myself.
Yeah.
So it was nice to
Because
not have to do that.
Back to back, you had Iron Lung.
Yep.
And was there an Aglo show right before that as well?
Yeah, I think so. But then it was basically like 3 shows with Iron Lung, 3 days off.
Yeah.
Extortion and I Exist played Cold Day, which we'll talk about.
Oh, yep.
Then week after I Exist show in Melbourne, next day Aglo. So
wild.
yeah,
Steady gigging.
Yeah, I played like 7 times or 8 times in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I feel like we both had this like busy period of shows, kind of seemingly. Not that we organized. The only thing we kind of teed up was Cold Day.
Yeah.
It just worked out that it was just a bunch of stuff all together.
Yeah. So we thought today we would kind of recap because we've also been recording other episodes in the gaps of all that.
Yeah. We're ahead for the first time
in history
ever, which is good. Good spot to be in.
Yeah. We're very organized, very professional here.
Yeah, it's sort of, it's big stuff. It's sort of, it's Austin. It's the mothership.
I'm as we're sitting here looking at how precariously I've hung that flag up behind you, and I'm like, I reckon that's fallen down during this. So let's.
That's a bit of action.
The countdown's on.
That's Chekhov's gun, the flag falling. So that's just,
something to look forward to.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
For the flag drop.
But yeah, so Cold Day. You went up a couple days early.
Yeah, I went up to do some gigs at Good Chat Comedy, and also I did my solo show there as well. So similar to what I did last year, we did last year. We Cold Day, kind of bit of an event in the calendar these days. Yeah. And yeah, it was good to be able to go up there and do some comedy stuff and go and do that on the Saturday. And yeah, heaps of homies came out for the show on the Thursday, which was awesome to see. Much appreciated. I hadn't done the show since Comedy Fest, so was a little nerve-wracking beforehand because it was really dialed in, I felt, by the but I've been listening back to the recording a whole bunch and sort of doing some of the material here and there, but yeah, doing a show just straight out of the gate, 50 minutes of talking. Definitely forgot a few bits here and there.
Yeah, you were saying the next day there was some things you remembered after you'd left.
Yeah, which, that's just what happened. So I think when I had originally planned this, it was part of a bunch more shows. So, but I've got 2 more shows in the calendar coming up of that punk music show at in Bendigo for Bendigo Comedy Fest and Geelong Comedy Fest as well, which Geelong Comedy Fest is a fairly new one. But
yeah, sick. See
what happens if you've got any mates in Geelong or you yourself are in Geelong.
Get out there.
Yeah. But yeah, that was sick. And then the Friday, I mean, I took myself to the movies. I saw the movie.
Superman.
It's so funny to be like away from your regular city to see a movie. And just go during the day by yourself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I flew up early because we had we intended it. Well, Cold Day starts quite early. Starts kind of in the morning, and I wanted to be there for the start. And so I flew up the day before, and we had this ingenious idea of meeting up with Burso and Al from World of Joy and Glitter Strip and our friendship groups. And we were just going to muck around a little bit and film some stuff. And then we were going to film some stuff like we did last time, a little scene report updates at the Cold Day, which we did.
Did a little bit of. The momentum of the day really gets on top of you sometimes.
Yeah.
But we managed to get in a sort of magical tour of Brisbane with Burso and Al, where we we met up at Crowbar.
Yep.
Check that out. My first time seeing it since the Reno or the Reno of the zoo.
Yep.
Or gutting maybe.
Yeah.
Probably the preferred.
It's absolutely beautiful in there. So
great vibe up there.
Good work to our friends that own it, and also our friend Callum who built it.
Yeah, redesigned it, all that stuff. So met up with those two, wandered down to the City Cat.
Yeah,
I can't believe I've been going to Brisbane probably since I was 20.
Yeah,
and I've never been on the City Cat.
I don't think I have either. I think our friends Nick and Scrad used to live very close to a way to get on it. And my sister Ellie used to live and used to catch it all the time. And I simply don't think I've ever been on it.
No, and we picked the perfect time because it was like, I guess you'd call it golden hour.
Yeah, the sun was setting right over the Story Bridge.
Ripping over the City Cat. And it's just touch on, tap off, 50 cents, all public transport in the state of Queensland.
There was a lot of very loud banter about... how advanced the system is up there. It's cheap. They know what they're doing.
They really do know what they're doing up there.
I wish that would apply. Again, we've talked recently about how very Melbourne-centric podcasts, like, they couldn't make the marquee harder. That's why people don't pay.
Yeah. Yeah, whoever you are out there that doesn't pay, shame on you. Yeah, it's definitely not part of my routine.
Yep. But yeah, so we kicked around there, just had a bit of a chat about Brisbane.
A bit of a pre-scene report.
Yeah.
And from the chat up there, seems to be shows almost every weekend.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what to go to.
Yeah, and this also was in this weird pocket. The other thing that made my life very busy around this time was the speed tour was happening at the same time as all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, we can talk about it on this, but we have done a podcast with half of Speed and Whispers in this very room.
Yes.
And we talk about it on that. But I reckon at Cold Day, every second person there was wearing a Whispers shirt.
It was pretty wild to see, yeah. A lot of hats, a lot of merch.
Yeah.
People love Whispers.
Yeah.
And yeah, those, we did end up going to watch them a couple of nights in a row. And that rocked ass.
Yeah.
And our chat with them in a few weeks, I guess.
Yeah, it's very funny. But yeah, like it was, what I'm trying to say is that, like, there's clearly a lot going on there right now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's a lot going very well, which is awesome.
Yeah, it seems like, we talk a lot about strong scenes and stuff like that, but you really feel it when you go to Brisbane. You really, and I guess going to something like Cold Day where you got a real mix of people coming out as well, that was sick to see. So,
yeah. But the show itself was super fun. It was, I would say, the first time the title of the show was actually somewhat apt in that it did get cold.
And pissed down.
And it pissed down rain. Again, the last 2 years have been like, well, that being said, when I got to Brisbane, a lot of gags run by me that it was basically summer when I arrived on the Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Sweat my ass off in my Melbourne attire. And then Cold day, early part of the day, lovely, gorgeous, sunny. And then it just hit a real Brisbane, was like fucking shitting it down.
Yeah, I almost got rained on my Lime on the way in. I don't know what it is about being in Brisbane. I got to get on those fucking scooters.
Yeah, well, that was also part of our evening out with
Scooting around.
Alberto. We got to hit the scooters.
Yeah, almost really fucked it a few times.
Yeah, had a couple real pissed fellas yell at us in front of Suncorp Stadium.
Yeah, interesting time to travel past. Well, we were ending our destination at the
Good Chat,
the venue where I was hosting the show on the Friday, and a Broncos Eels game on.
Yeah,
and just every lunatic ever going to Suncorp. Great to see. A bit of a different vibe from Cold Day the next day.
Yeah,
the show that I hosted on Friday at Good Chat was, I would say, primarily nerds. When seeing as the Broncos game was on, one of the acts made reference to D&D, which got a big woo. And I was like, not normally that big a woo at a normal Brisbane show for the D&D reference. But good to see, you know.
Yeah, they're out there.
They're out there big time. But yeah.
Yeah, so Cold Day was awesome though. Lots of fun. Big day. I think we talked about it on here before we went up that I was a little bit terrified because I Exist was playing at the dream slot for me personally, early evening, sort of middle of the show. And then Extortion got asked to play and we had to play last. So, you know, I am happy to headline a show. I'm not going to say I'm not happy to headline a show, but also as a man who loves the taste of beer, hanging on for that long to try and not be the worst drunk man alive. But I'm proud of myself. I did well.
Yeah, I saw you drinking a heaps normal. I was like, what's going on here? Bizarro world.
They called in a welfare check for me to make sure everything was all right. Yeah, I drank a heaps normal to see if that would.
Have you ever had one before?
Yeah, once at when Callum did the Mind Snare art show.
Oh, yeah.
And I was the bartender.
You're on the bar,
at the Mind Snare art show. And Callum basically said to me, you can just have as much beer as you want. So sold. But then kind of a similar thing. I was like, I got to be here for hours.
Yeah.
And I can't. I mean, I'm literally just at the fridge.
You're meant to be imparting the RSA.
Yeah. And so I had a couple that day to basically be like, how do I not just drink all the beer? But yeah, I think those are the 2 times in my life I've partaken in non-alcoholic beer. And let me tell you, it does, it tastes good. Tastes like beer. The one I had was yummy, but just something about this drink that they can't quite
crack.
They haven't figured out the thing it does to your brain yet.
Yeah, we got to get the brain thing going on with the. Maybe they could put weed in heaps normal.
Hey, not a bad idea. But yeah, but we got through it. But the show itself was fucking awesome. Obviously, the lineup was sick. But really, for us, I Exist hadn't played a show. It was the first show I Exist had played in 6 years.
Well, the last one was Last Chance.
Yeah,
that was the last one.
Yeah. But we hadn't played in Brisbane in like 8 years. So
yeah, true.
There was a ton of old mates came out. There was a bunch of people who hadn't seen in ages who, I mean, I think probably would have gone to the show anyway, but I think I Exist playing was a helpful push. And with Bloodmouth playing and friends from down here playing, like it was just like a really good hang, basically.
Yeah, and I think like this year it just seemed to be maybe even a bit more packed. Don't know if there was more people, but maybe because of the rain, not as many people hanging outside. And
yeah,
I think just the flow of traffic, or foot traffic, I should say, was handled very well, just to kind of get people in. And I think just generally people were there to really kind of support each band.
Yeah.
It was a very fun day.
Yeah.
6 sets by Glitter Strip. Well, every band really, but it was for me the highlight I think was Bloodmouth's dedication to theatre.
Yeah, Sam put in the hours before that show.
Yeah, we got samples. We had lighting cues. Man, someone's really doing it up for
freaky
those
noises.
Yeah. So shout out to
Bloodmouth,
the militia,
the redacted members of the militia. It was fucking awesome. I mean, and yeah, again, like Potion being there and just like literally, basically all of my best friends, save some people who live in Melbourne, like were all at this show.
Oh yeah,
so it was very handy for me. Easy hang for me. But yeah, I think, like you mentioned, I think maybe it was the rain, maybe it was just the day, but it felt like every band had a pretty packed room, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was just cool to see. And like, I think just, when it's hard to kind of get up the front and stuff, it's like, that's a kind of cool sign.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's kind of look forward to Cold Day each year now.
Yeah.
It's a good little event.
Hopefully they keep it going. It was fucking awesome. And, hopefully I keep the time-honored record of going to every one.
You have to fill in for another band maybe.
Yeah. Either that or just start rotating back through. Aglo next year, guys. We're ready to go.
Slow burn reunion.
But yeah, so we did that. And then you went to Cairns the next day.
Yeah, 6:10 a.m. flight up to Cairns, and a bit easier these days being off the piss. But not great. I think I maybe put my head down for like an hour.
Yeah.
Well, not that. So I got a ride back to where you guys were staying, and then I don't know if I told you I got a scooter from where you guys were staying to where I was, and I got it through a park to the point where I was like, I have no idea where I am. At one point, my phone popped out of the holder on the scooter. Luckily, I splashed out on a good case, so no damage was done. But yeah, that's how I ended my night, and then we're sort of packing and got sorted for the flight in the morning. But you're sort of like, when it's that early, you're like,
what's sleep worth? Yeah.
But yeah, no, arrived. The gig up in Cairns wasn't until the Monday night, but the crew that fly you up there and stuff, they fly you up on the Sunday and stay up there with Joe and Anna, who run the Cairns gig, which I love going up there. They're great hosts. And yeah, it was funny. I was talking to the couple who names I forget, but I think it's Dane and his partner who play in Tumor.
Yeah.
Or his partner doesn't play in Tumor, but they have a design studio, Sue Studio. Shout out to them. I was talking about going to Cairns. Well, they had been to my show in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, you're going to Cairns? Are you going to do any, Great Barrier Reef or rainforest or anything like that? And I was like, no, I don't know why I had never thought to do that. I guess every other time I've been up there, I've got pissed with Joe, who runs the gig up there, and been too hungover. But this time I was like, oh yeah, I could go out.
I could do whatever I want.
I could do out. So I went out to Fitzroy Island. Didn't pick that. Just someone on Reddit said one of the other islands was shit. Well, it's kind of a pretty sad thing these days where people are talking about, well, that bit of the reef is a bit bleached now, so here's better. But it was sort of surprising how could not tell you the last time I went snorkeling.
God knows.
But got a ferry out to one of the islands, went snorkeling, and as soon as I put my head under the water and saw the fish, I'm like, this is where it's at.
I gotta snorkel more.
I gotta snorkel. I'm gonna get my dive license. But that was sick to do.
Yeah.
I was stoked with doing that.
Yeah, it looked awesome. And then you had a little bingle on your way out.
Yeah, I got a bit of coral stuck in my flipper while I was fixing that. Just went to grab onto some rocks, just slashed my hand on some oyster shells, I guess.
Real city boy way to end.
Yeah, real city slicker ass shit. And then from there, just went to one of the, I guess it's like sort of the resort hub or whatever it is, and they're ready to go with the Band-Aids and everything. This must happen like 50 times a day.
They used to a pasty white person coming up bleeding from somewhere.
Man, I was on the sunscreen hard. I was like, I cannot get sunburnt for this gig.
Yeah.
But luckily it was sort of somewhat overcast and wasn't out there for too long. I was very conscious of like day on the water, you just end up being fucked.
Well, we had I've had a classic many times, obviously, in the past, being on tour and stuff and being like, let's go to the beach, fuck it, let's go. And then getting to the show later and being like, I am so fucking tired from swimming and being sunburnt.
Yeah.
That I'm now very good at, like, don't do it the day of the show. Do it the day before.
Yeah, I've run into that mistake before. I think years ago when I played in the band Kissing Booth, played 2 shows in Brisbane. Both of those days we went to Wet and Wild.
Oh, yeah. Done the same thing.
And just so tired for both shows.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we did it with Phantoms and then played a show after doing it. And then as a result of all of that, we did a split and wrote songs about going wet and wild. It was very funny. But yeah, I reckon probably like one of the more tired / drunkest I've ever been playing as a result of going to a theme park all day.
I mean, that's good shit.
Yeah, you got to do it.
We should work in Wet and Wild next trip up.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
So an hour we'll go to.
Yeah. Take the little DJI cam on a slide.
Well, that was the one thing I was like, when I went on, put my head under the water, we've got this little camera thing to do the pod stuff with, and you can buy waterproof enclosures.
Oh, can
for
you?
them. Yeah, I did some research after because like, I guess I've never been much of a like. I was like, why would you want to film underwater? Then you stick your head under, you're like, I gotta fucking capture
It's awesome
this.
down here.
Look at these fish.
That's why they make those IMAX movies that no one's ever seen. You see on a school trip. Yeah, I mean, next time. We'll do a full pod holiday.
Yeah, and we'll do a full scuba pod.
Yeah, get your dive license between now and next year. Yeah, sick. Well, then we came back. And then that was when the speed shows happened.
Yeah.
Immediately. We came back on... Well, I came back the next day. You were up there for one more day.
Yeah, I came back on the Tuesday, pretty much got back home, and then the shows were that night at Howler, which was rammed.
Yes.
For speed.
Truly dope as fuck.
Yeah, sick to see. And great venue for a band like that. And just full lights on.
Yep.
Speed under the big lights.
Yeah. Year 8 disco vibes at Howler.
But that was awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, we'll listen to the episode with them and Whispers. We talk about it a bit more. But we saw them, and then the next night we went to the Bendigo, and then completely different vibe. It's still very fun, but very different vibe in the tiny pub.
Yes.
Low ass roof. It felt very much like the Harm's Way show there. Like it was just like...
Yeah. Well, those two shows are definitely the most I've seen, most packed I've seen Bendigo in recent times.
Yeah.
And I guess the Bendigo they've sort of rejigged it a bit if you haven't been there in a while, where you can kind of be all the way back, and also the sound desk has been moved back up against the back wall.
It's way better.
Yeah.
It's so much better. Like...
So much better. More... still... it's a small room.
It's a small room, yeah. But I mean, I think the reality though now is like, even like we spent most of the night standing up the back of the room, and I still felt like I could be like, I was still able to see the band play and was having a good time, But yeah, old version of the Bendigo, you definitely couldn't do that.
No, pretty wild to see someone pretty much walk on the roof.
Oh yeah,
during one of the sets. That was pretty wild.
Yeah.
And we might talk more about this on another episode, see how we go. But saw a kid run out of the back of the pit with these glasses on.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on here? This kid wearing sunnies inside. And then he was kind of talking into his phone.
He was live streaming.
So he was wearing the Ray-Ban Meta glasses.
Yeah.
And going in the pit. Yep. But also live streaming out to a bunch of people.
Yeah, on Instagram Live. Which...
I
got on it.
Yeah, you got on it. We got some footage of you
Did you have footage of me doing it?
I've got some on my phone. We'll cut it in.
Funny.
Yeah,
that's so funny. I definitely just... I mean, I'm sure it will come out in the footage, but I think I was just like, give me a go at that.
Yeah.
Put them on. It was funny.
Yeah.
A couple of the homies from Posse Shot were just with us.
Yeah, they sort of rolled up. We've chatted to those guys for a while.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get
them on.
We'll get the fellas on. But yeah, that was pretty sick to see some kid wearing the glasses in the pit.
Full on goggles in the pit. It was very funny. It was like, it reminded me that I think we talked about it on here before. There used to be a thing where people used to wear GoPros in the pit.
Yep.
This seems like the
next
2025 version of that.
Oh yeah. Expensive way to do it.
Fucking oath. I mean, putting them on, I was like pretty rattled by like, oh my God.
But, what are these glasses worth?
I'll better look it up. This is why we got the laptop.
I better use it.
once again, would be very handy if we had a little person in here.
Yeah, if you want to apply to be the little guy.
If you have a schedule that is just exactly fits in with me and Ben, you can come in this room whenever you want.
Okay, so a pair of the Wayfarer ones are $450 direct from Meta. 30-day free 30-day returns.
Maybe.
Okay. There's not just the Ray-Ban ones. There's some Oakley ones.
Wraparounds?
Yeah. Oh no.
Kerry King mode?
They're like same style, but I guess they got Oakley one now that are $789 from JB.
Yeah, it's a lot to take into the pit. But anyway, hopefully Searlo can splice in some footage of me with the fun goggles on.
Yeah, that was sick to see. Well done, mate, whoever that was.
Yeah, absolute legend. Thanks for letting me have a crack. Yeah, then a couple of days of work for me, back on the tools, just sorting my life out, and then straight into I Exist at the Tote.
Yeah.
The Tote, famously the home of rock and roll.
Home of rock.
And had to do it to him.
Yeah.
Bring the rock back. But it was super fun. I think like the show in Brisbane, I've said to many people when they asked me how the I Exist stuff went, it was like some of those songs I wrote when I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
And I've played a zillion times. And the music of I Exist and the purpose of the band when it started was like serious band. And then within like 2 shows, it was like, we're not a serious band. We take the music seriously, but everything else is taking the piss, basically, to mirror the personalities of the members, 7 people who ended up being in the band. I reckon during the set, A Cold Day is like I was just laughing the whole time. Like I think we played very well. Like we have all been remarking like, being in other bands for ages has made us all better.
Oh yeah. Well, it was
being in the band we were in kind of thing.
Not
like,
that I guess like I would have ever thought it was not good before, but I mean you guys were great before, but yeah, I guess that is the thing, isn't it? That
yeah.
Everyone has got another 8 years of playing music.
Yeah. I mean, I think as well, like the fact that both Sam and I have gone on to play bass in other bands. It's been like very helpful for our guitar playing. But yeah, the show in Brisbane was super fun. So it just made us all very excited for the show here. And then, everyone playing the show with us was just friends. And then basically it was like a leveled up version of Cold Day for me. Like, yeah. There was so many people from Canberra there, which was... a lot of people from Canberra that I grew up with as a kid now live here. So that was cool. But it was like every fucking dad and mum night out, which was very funny. And, had Thantu play it with us. And I feel that that's important for me as like, I can't be reinvigorating some fucking Canberra hardcore band without having the Canberra hardcore band that's actively like pushing Canberra on everyone. So,
yeah.
That felt very special to me. And then Grim Rhythm played and just ripped the shit out of the Tote. They're like obviously shredders, but they play the Tote all the fucking time, and they just have a community in Melbourne that loves them. So it was... Yeah,
see, Grim Rhythm, if you haven't seen them...
you got to see them.
You got to see them. Probably one of the most exciting bands to watch on stage.
No singing anymore.
Singing anymore.
Fuck, it still is as engaging as if it did have a thing.
Yeah. It's just like electric watching them play. Yeah. They're so locked in, and they're such good musicians. It's really a sight to be seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone really ripped it on the night. Thantu just opened things up amazingly.
Yeah.
And great to see those boys watching you. Caleb, on the way out mentioned, I understand why you guys talk about I Exist every week now. So that was a bit of fun on the way out.
That's good. That's nice. And Potion played obviously as well. My dear friends, and They were awesome. And then, Exist played, and it was just like, it just felt like we played a longer set. It was just a longer version of what happened in Brisbane. It was basically like just continuing to laugh heaps. So thanks.
Josh on stage is possibly one of my favorite things to watch in the world.
He found his light up t-shirt as well.
Yeah, the light up t-shirt. If you haven't seen this thing, it's unreal.
One of the great bits of his time in the band.
I love a guy that's got bits.
Oh man, and he's got them.
He's got tons of them.
He's got tons of them.
2 weekends in a row of Josh has really got me fired up.
Yeah, so we did that, and then that show was awesome. It was a great night, and then just back at my house afterwards with half of I Exist and all of Potion, just rolling through the classics on YouTube until Murph was literally falling asleep next to me. I was telling Sam the next day at one point, I looked over at Murph and he was laughing. Then I looked back at the TV, looked back at Murph, he was asleep. Look back at the TV, look back at Murph, and he was eating chips. And I was like, he went through every...
He's going through every emotion.
He's gone through all of it. And then Aglo played at Last Chance with Potion the next day, which was fucking awesome as well.
Yeah, sick way to cap off the weekend.
Yeah, and Jarhead Fertilizer were here at the same time. Psycho feat members of Full of Hell, and they were touring with their band Ultha, who... Some of the guys from Nails are in that band too. And like sick bands, but their show in Melbourne was the same night as the I Exist show. And I think, I don't know if they were thinking this, I'm sure they weren't, but we were not worried, but a bit like, it's kind of a bummer that, like, I definitely would have gone to that show.
Yeah.
And a bit of a bummer that I didn't get to see them. But it sounds like their show at the Bendigo the same night as the I Exist show at the Turnt went great, which is fucking awesome. Like,
yeah, good to see like 2 shows like that on the same night.
Yeah, had both got attended very well. And then they came to the Aglo show the next day and hung out, and it just sounds like they had a fucking ripping time here.
Yeah, well, I managed to catch them in Sydney while I was up there. I finished up fairly early at the Comedy Store on the Thursday, and was able to duck across to the Lansdowne in time for Ultha and Jarhead Fertilizer, and awesome.
Yeah.
2 incredible bands. Just super tight. Jarhead Fertilizer just... I mean, when the drummer's wearing chains, it's going to be sick as hell.
When he's up there fucking ripping it. So, I'm bummed I didn't get to see him, but I'm stoked they had a good tour.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll come back relatively soon. Yeah.
And maybe play on a night that I'm not also playing. But that's kind of what we've been both doing for the last couple of weeks. I've got some stuff coming up, but I guess main thing at the minute is we just got a bunch of these podcasts coming up soon, which is cool.
Bunch of episodes coming up, and we're recording more as we...
When are we going to put this up? This week or next week?
I think this week, it's going straight up.
Okay. So then we can just talk about what we've got coming up then.
Yes.
So we've got one with Ian from Military Gun.
Yep.
Which will be very fun.
Next episode.
Talking
about the new album.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll know about it when it's on there. Feel the Pain.
Yes.
Also, we're here with Speed and Whispers, so we did one of them. And then Speed and Whispers, which will be very fun.
Yeah. Combo episode.
Mini
mukbang.
Yeah, mini mukbang. A lot of eating, a lot of food talk on those.
Yeah.
But other than the regional comedy gigs, you got anything else on the cards?
On August 31st, I'm doing another one of these trials with another comedian. I did one at Near and Far. It's happening at Near and Far again. So I probably will end up doing these monthly with a different comic. So they're kind of like new material, work in progress shows. So if you're into comedy and you're into kind of seeing how it works, that's for you. They're super cheap. The next one is with my good mate Jordan Barr, former guest of the show.
Awesome.
So that will be sick. So come along to that. It'll be on Sunday at like 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Great.
And other than that, I'm just around town. I'll be announcing some other stuff for Melbourne soon enough.
Nice.
But yeah, get along to the Bendigo show on August 4th, and it'd be great if I knew the date of the Geelong one. But, you can't win them all.
I've got my phone up just so that I can spruik what I'm up to. Well, if this goes up this week, then this weekend Aglo's playing the Hellraiser Tattoo Fest thing, which will be absolutely berserk with Questmaster and Gutless and a bunch of other bands, which is cool, on Saturday, the 16th of August. And then also Aglo has signed up to play a show on grand final night with No Apologies. I would only, few bands on earth I would say yes to that for. No Apologies is one of them. So we're really, half of me is hoping that the Hawks play the grand final for my love of the game football. The other half of me is hoping the Hawks don't play the grand final so that I'm not either pissed sad or pissed happy and can perform the songs by the band Aglo that are playing that. Matt Roberts, who plays in Aglo, also hoping the Lions don't get in so that he can play the show. Because if they do, then Matt's not playing bass.
I'll start learning the songs.
And then Aglo's also got a show in Canberra on the 3rd of October at Essence Fest, which should be really fun. And then this very day today, we announced a Sydney Exist show, but we've also announced in the last week a show in Canberra on the 24th of October with No Apologies and Thantu and Orc. And then as of today, we announced the show in Sydney, which is on the Friday, the 28th of November, bringing Dropsaw out of a similar grave as us. And Histamine, who we saw at Cold Day, who are fucking awesome. And they're playing here this week too, which would be sick.
Toad on Friday.
Toad on Friday.
And see Histamine.
Yeah. The homies Reek Mind, who from Sydney, who are fucking awesome. I did guest vocals on their record, so check that out. And then my homies Orc once again playing with us. So I'm just taking Orc wherever I can take him at this point. But yeah, that's what I've got on the burn at the minute.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so a bit happening. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for listening to Ben and I talk tonight. Another somewhat up late, not as late as that last one we did.
No, not as late as the last one. We're still done before 8:30, but
yeah, it's bedtime.
Yeah, it's bedtime. All right. If you're listening to this during the day, it's not bedtime, but
enjoy your drive to work. We'll see you soon.
See you later.
Bye.